Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you're fine with the grace of the Almighty God. So, students, as we know that we have already started the revision of the chapters. Today we are with the social and political life, and our topic of the chapter is key elements and the functioning of a democracy. So, what we are going to learn in this chapter is about the key elements that influence the functioning of a democracy, need to make a decision with the collective sanctions, equality, justice as prescribed by the Constitution of India. Then let's get started. Okay. In all the situation above given, you see, what would you do in the following situation? Let's see that. Okay. The first step to study in this chapter, the first step to know about this chapter is that a girl is being denied playing football with a group of the boys because they think girls cannot play football. An overweight boy in your school is not being allowed to participate in the dance competition. So, what you will do in this situation? In all the situation given above, a person is being discriminated. Yes, the both. You see, the girl is not allowed to play the football with the group of the boys, whereas the boys is not allowed to participate in the dance competition, saying that his weight is overweight. Okay, he has a too much weight, he cannot do the dance moves. Okay, so in this case, they are not treated equally, and this is what the discrimination is. Discrimination is against the key features of the democracy because each and every one, okay, is equal in India. But what are the key features of a democracy? Let us find and read this chapter and understand the key features of the democracy. So key elements of a democracy are, you can check, then you can see in the page number 230, okay, that democracy is a system of government in which all citizens of a country can vote to elect their representative, okay. These representatives form the government and take the decision on the behalf of the people. The key elements of a democracy are participations, okay, on the behalf of the people, okay, participations of the government, okay. You can see this representation form of the government take the decision on the behalf of the people. The key elements of the democracy are participation of the people, decision making power, and the resolutions of the conflict on the basis of the collective sanctions, equality, and the justice. So this is the main elements of the democracy. But before forming the main elements of the democracy, I like to say that in how does the democracy form? You see, any person, any person who is the above the age of 18 or also has attained the age of 18 can has the right to vote, and he can make what participation in the democracy. Now, when he is above 18 or above 18 years old, he becomes a member of the what called Indian Constitution, enjoys the fundamental rights, and has got some duties. Okay. Now, according to his choice, he will cast the vote to whom he likes. The government which will form in the result. Suppose if a MLA won the election, now that MLA will act, will perform duties like will protect the people, will make the roads. Okay, okay. Then also there will grant the, you can say that make the that what called bridges. Okay, so hospitals. So it has got many duties there. Participation of the pupil, if you say, okay, the participation of the pupil is the foundation of the democracy. It is the main foundation of the democracy. If you say speak about the participation of the pupil, then we'll understand that the pupil are the main elements of the democracy. First of all, in a democratic pupil, the pupil choose their representative that whom they want to vote, okay, or make a government. Okay, they vote in the election to elect the representative for the period of how many years? 5 years. You can see in your book also. Okay, after the completion of the 5 years, the people decide whether the government should continue in the power. If the suppose that particular government has done very good for you, okay, good for your parents, good for everyone, good for your neighbors, good for India, then You will think that, okay, I should give vote to this particular government only because thinking about all of us. Okay, so next again 5 years he will continue because you have given the right, you have given your vote. Okay, then the people decide whether the government should continue on the power or not. If a government fails to function in the interest of the people express their disappointment by not giving their vote. Okay, and as a result, they means give the vote to the next party or next representative to whom they like. You see, India against corruption in Andhra Pradesh, this panel is there. We will talk and we will discuss about this also. Okay. You see there that secondly, the people act as a continuous examiners of the policy introduced by the government. They openly express their views and criticize the government if necessary. They express their disapproval in the multiple ways such as the rallies, dharnas, strikes, and the signature campaigns. Okay, so what is there if suppose the government has done something for you which is against you and you did not like that? Okay, what you can do is that you can protest against that. All of the people will come out, okay, and will sit on the road, will block the road. Okay, and also there is a will criticize the government, will say bad about the government with the help of the media. You may heard in the media also in the TV that this party is saying against that party. Okay, always criticizing for not doing the work. Okay, so they express their disapproval by doing the dailies, dharnas, okay, strikes, and the signature campaigns also there. Like all the problems will be written in a piece of paper, and those who are got disappointment, okay, disappointed by the actions of the government, they will put their signatures. Okay, the media like newspaper, magazine, and the TV play an important role in expressing the views of the people and making the government realize its responsibilities. Need to resolve the conflict. How we can resolve the conflict? How we can solve it? In the society, when the conflict occurs, okay, it is a lead to the violent practices by one group of against the other. As you see, when there is a one pupil is fighting with the another pupil, there is a lots of the people disturbances will be there. Suppose one state is fighting with the another state, saying that your state people comes in our state and makes dirty everyone. So it's a kind of a conflict. It's a kind of a great issue. The use of the violence then results in the development of the fear, tension among the people. There's a fear and the tension among the people, okay? And thus, it is very important for a government to resolve the conflict, to how to resolve the conflict, how to solve the problems of the people, okay? It is the people, it is now government's, central government is acting on this. If suppose two states are fighting, listen to me, if suppose two states are fighting, now two states are fighting, then who will means come in between of that the central government. Okay, the central government will come and will try to means resolve the conflict between the two states and will settle down the matter. Okay, and a conflict can occur among the people also, states also, or institution also. Some examples of the conflicts which are given in your page number 215. Okay, in page number 215, you can see there that the religious processions and the celebrations. Large-scale religious procession and the celebrations are always appreciated by all communities. They come out with the group of the pupils, okay, they show their religion, okay, they dance also. The lack of the mutual respect may lead to violent activities such as the pupil disrupting the procession. In the such cases, the government either suggests the concerned community to discuss the amicably and arrive at the feasible solution to problem or make the arrangement to control the crowd. You see, if suppose a religion is having a procession on a main road, listen, came out with a group of the people on the main road and blocking the road. Okay, now if the government will not allow the religion, the people will do the protest. Okay, if the government will suppose if any person will say against this, then they will think, oh, we are saying against our religion. So in this case, the government take cares, okay, that there should be no kind of means conflict should be there. It makes the ensure that if procession is there, If a person is taking groups of the person and coming out, okay, then there should be what? There should be no kind of, you can say, traffic jam should be there. The roads must be clear. They should maintain the discipline first of all. Okay, sharing of river water. Now, sharing of river water is also an issue. You know that when a river flows through more than one state, the division of the river may turn into the cause of conflict between the states. Because suppose one example I like to give. Okay, there is a mention in the example is mentioned already in your book. The Kaveri River water dispute is one of such dispute between the state of Karnataka and the Tamil Nadu. The Kaveri River flows through the state of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Both the states have built dams on the rivers of the irrigations of the fields and other purposes. However, the dam Tamil Nadu could not only be filled when the water is released from the Karnataka. The conflict occurred when the Tamil Nadu asked for the water from Karnataka and the Karnataka did not agree for the demand due to the scarcity of the water in its own territory. Okay, nevertheless, the interventions of the central government provided a fair distribution of the water between the states. In our country, the Constitution of India has laid down various provisions to resolve the conflicts in the society. The government and the citizens of the country are to follow the same provisions to resolve their conflicts and their differences. So what is mentioned here is that, you see, it is mentioned about the Kaveri River dispute. Okay, Kaveri River water dispute that flows, the one river which flows through the, okay, Karnataka and the Tamil Nadu. For example, local example you take. The river Brahmaputra. Okay, the river Brahmaputra flows through the Assam and also enters the West Bengal. So this also can be the cause of conflict. If the Assam people, we will make the dirty, then what will happen? All the wastage will enter in the Bengal area or Bangla. Actually it flows from the upper part of the Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, upper part of the Arunachal Pradesh, then it comes the down part of the Assam and enters to the Bangladesh. Then next, you see what is the mention in here is that Kaveri River dispute, right? The Kaveri River flows in the Karnataka and also enters in the Tamil Nadu. Now they have made a dam. Dam means, you know na, that water blockage tank. So they have made the dam in order to control the water. Now Kaveri Rivers dam, okay, now is not allowing to enter the water in Tamil Nadu. Now Tamil Nadu government needs water. So requesting Karnataka's government that release the water. Okay, Karnataka's government that release the water. But the Karnataka government is not agree to release the water because they need the water. Because their water is very less. Now here, like, conflicts is there. Now they are fighting for the water. Okay, river water they are fighting. Now who entered in the middle? The central government. The central government has entered in the middle and resolved the conflict between them. In our Indian constitution, okay, there are certain provisions which are laid down to have a fair justice. Okay, the government and the citizens of the country follow their same provisions which, okay, we follow, which means others follow. We have a all one rule only, one law only, that is in the Indian constitution, okay, which does not make any kind of differences. Equality in the justices. Equality refers to the fact of being equal status and the rights, advantages of everything. Okay, in democracy, the government ensures that all the citizens are treated equally, irrespective of their caste, class, gender, etc. When a people are not treated equally, then they can always approach the court to seek justice. In the India, the Constitution of India outlines, okay, the Constitution of the India outlines various provisions to ensure the equality in the society and provide justice to the people. For example, untouchability has been abolished by the law, okay, is not continued, is not supported by the law. Not only are the strict actions are taken, okay, not only the strict actions are taken. For example, okay, I'll say that If a person is not being treated because of his caste, because of his lower caste, skin color, religion, then that person who is making the discrimination, then that person can get the punishment. If that person who is discriminated reports the person about the in the police station. Okay, not only the strict punishments are against the people who practice untouchability, but there are also provisions that provide equal opportunities, education, employment to the victims of the caste-based discrimination. Similarly, in order to tackle the injustice against the women, special arrangements have been made to promote, the education. Special arrangements have been made to promote the education and the employment of the women. For example, in the poor families, okay, in the poor families, girls are often discouraged to go to the school because of the lack of money. Okay, thus now government gives special schemes that you may heard also this scheme, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Okay, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, right? That schemes, and also they are taking certain rights and measures in order to control the weight of the and the, that is the schools fees they are bringing under control. Thus, special schemes has been put in the place to the either waive of the lower the fees of the girls in the government school and the colleges. The government has opened the certain government colleges and the school, okay, where there is not required of giving any kind of money, that is free of cost. Okay, now we will do about the case study. Okay, you can see the case study about in the page number 216. Okay, as Kamya Boro returned home from school, she asked her mother, what does apartheid mean, mummy? Okay, and she came back. Then she asked, what does apartheid mean, mummy? Okay, oh dear, apartheid is the discrimination or the separation of the people on the ground of race. A long time back, Black Indians and the other colored races were not allowed to socialize with the white people in the South Africa. See, apartheid is the means of that discrimination. Long time back, what happened? The South African people, the Indian people were not able to go outside and sit with the white people. They are often discriminated because of their skin color. That is the what apartheid means. In those days, I remember one of my friends suffered a loss of family members because of the lack of the healthcare facilities for the black people. Because why the doctors will treat the black people? The white people were not allowing the black people to have an equal right in the society. Okay, he was beaten by the white people as unknowingly he had boarded the busman for the white people. See, there's a skin color also was there. That the white people bus, only the white people can go. That person, okay, what he has done in a emergency, he has boarded on the white people's bus. As a result, he has boarded on the white people bus. He was beaten up by the white people and he was hospitalized. When he was hospitalized, the doctors confused to treat him, okay, to treat him, to make him okay, all right, because he was black people. See, this is a kind of discrimination only. But mummy, he had just boarded bus. Kamya was utterly shocked to know the details of that gruesome of act of the whites. He was very much surprised to know about the what happened there. You know, Kamya, the life of non-whites was very difficult in those days. We were denied all the facilities available to whites, okay, such as transport facilities, best school, hospitals, clubs, food, huge houses, and jobs. In fact, I remembered once I was part of the protest against the learning of the Afrikaans language. The language not only was being forcefully imposed on us, okay, now denying our rights to learn our own language, Zulu, okay, that is their own language is what? Zulu is their own language. They were not allowed to learn their own language, okay. During the protest, many protesters were injured and even killed. Okay, when they say they will protest for their own language in order to protect the language, they were doing the protest. Mummy, how did the things change then? Kamya finally shot the question at her mother curiously, that she was so much curious to know that what happened finally. Everything changed largely with the efforts of Nelson Mandela and his party, the African National Congress. In 1960s, they initiated an anti-apartheid struggle. After the long struggle, their efforts bore fruits when the South African became a democratic country in 1984. The transition of the democracy brought about the abolishment of the apartheid and end of the discriminatory practice against the non-whites and equal rights to all the races in the country. You see, it happened. All the things became good when the Nelson Mandela became the first black president. Okay, because when he became the first black president, he fought, not only fought against the apartheid, he also set up the justice. He brought the means system of democracy in the land of South Africa. Okay, and the South Africa became full democratic country in the year 1994. Okay, now based on your reading of the account of the apartheid as narrated by the Kamia's mother. Answer were to the key question given below. You have to do this answer. Think of the answer. Okay. List the ways in which the non-whites were discriminated against by the white people of their country. You have to list the ways there. Do you think that the treatment given to the non-whites by the white people was justified? Okay. Justify your answer. Okay, so students, we have completed the explanation and the case study also we have done. I hope that you understood the explanation and the revision of the chapter. If you did not understand it, okay, this video will be uploaded in the YouTube. You can go and watch the explanation part also. It is already there in the YouTube. Okay, and if you have any doubt or something, then you can ask me. You can call me up and you can ask me directly. Till then, take care. Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.